Please. Now we are gonna see what? Oops. 8. 8. All right. Now the live is gonna be 100% in English. All right. All right. I'm gonna put here the headline. If you guys want to interact, you can. You're gonna be looking at the screen here. You're gonna have a different view from here. And today I'm gonna bring my student who got 75 plus studying only on the weekend. All right, you're gonna get to know. She's my friend, so I call her Julia Roberts. Let's bring it in. Let's bring her in. Hello.
Hello.
How are you going?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Just to land the plane here. You're talking. Where are you from? From in Brazil?
I'm from the south, from Joinville, Santa Catarina.
Joinville. Right. And what are you studying here in Australia?
I'm studying a Bachelor of Commerce, majoring in finance and accounting.
Finance and accounting. Right. You're gonna get rich soon, right?
I hope so.
That's the plan. All right. And first things first, how did you meet me?
You. I
Yes.
was working as a waitress in a restaurant. Um, and Bernardo was there having dinner with his wife and his cousin. Um, and I knew his wife from Instagram because I saw a picture of her online, because she tagged something about the university or something. And then, and yeah, then I decided to talk to them because they were Brazilians, and then we became friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember this day and I noticed that you were smiling. I was like, this girl is a little bit smiling too much. So
I know that girl.
yes, that was funny. Long time ago, 2 years ago, more
Yeah,
than
2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, I think.
yeah. So time runs fast here in Australia, right?
Yes, very, very fast.
And did you did you know that you have to do the test, but you didn't start studying? You know this procrastination stuff, or didn't happen to you?
Yes. Yes. Well, I only had a weekend because I was applying for a job and they asked for English certificate. And they accept all different kinds of certifications, IELTS, PT. And yeah, I didn't know which certificate to take, and the deadline was that week, so I only had like 5 days or something to study for, or less. Yeah, I remember I had to submit my application by Monday, and it was like a Tuesday or something. So yeah, but then since I knew Bernardo, then we talked about PT. I was not familiar with PT. I had never done PT before. I only did TOEFL maybe 4 years ago, TOEFL IBT.
And
And I
that's
remember
what
it was.
I was about to ask you. You couldn't use this TOEFL because was you did a long time ago. That's why
Yeah.
the company didn't accept it.
Yes, I think a TOEFL expires in 2 years or something. I don't remember, but I think you cannot use it. uh, Yeah, after 2 years, and also because I think my English level changed in 4 years, so I think it's fair to repeat the test, right?
Right.
Um, yeah, so that's why I did PT.
And did you think about doing? Oh, how was your score on the TOEFL?
Was it was 93. Yeah, 93
Oh,
of 120.
120.
Yes,
So that would be a little over 80%,
77.
77%, a little less than 80%, right?
Yes.
And did you think about doing the TOEFL again because you were familiar with the test?
Yes, I thought about doing TOEFL. Actually, not really, because here it's not that common to do TOEFL. It's more IELTS and PT because they are British.
Yeah.
TOEFL is more American, so that's why it's not that common here in Australia to do TOEFL. But yeah, I think many like universities and employees accept TOEFL as well because it's valid. I mean, it also tests your English. But I remember it was really tough. I studied for years for TOEFL in an English school. And yeah, I remember it was really hard doing essays, and I was doing mock tests like twice a week. So I was expecting that it would be very challenging to repeat it again.
Yeah, that's right. And did you think when you decided, all right, I'm gonna do the PT, did it come to your mind to try to figure it out on your own, searching YouTube videos on the internet and getting one tip here and another tip there, and trying to figure out all the tips on your own?
No, because I only had a few days, and I'm the kind of person that if I'm gonna do it by myself, I'm gonna look at all different sources to make sure that I cover everything. I remember then when I was doing TOEFL, I was going to English school, and then I bought the TOEFL book, like very big on Amazon store, like 500 pages or something. And then I had private classes, and I was like, oh my god, if I'm gonna do this by myself, another test, something that I'm not familiar with, I'm not gonna do it. So I think it's better to talk to someone that has done it already, and that knows how to tackle the test. Yeah.
Right. And when you started the course, the first module, the speaking part, you learned the tricks. Did you think this Bernardo is crazy? What did you think?
I thought it was really funny because it was funny. I mean, I was just laughing all the time, and
I
yeah,
actually try to make jokes. I consider myself a funny guy. That's why.
you are, yes, absolutely. And yeah, it was really funny. It wasn't a hassle to study, so that was really nice. And yeah, I just trust everything that you said, and did it because, as I said, I only had a few days to study. So that was my shot. And yeah, I did just everything you said.
It seems weird, but as you getting to know all the tricks, the whole course, it starts to make sense, right? Because we're talking to a computer, right?
Right. Yeah, it totally makes sense because I remember with TOEFL, yeah, the essays were also corrected by actual English teachers.
Yeah.
um and it's very different to have like a human correcting your essay and a computer, because a computer cannot actually tell the context of a text, of an essay. I mean, I think they can't. um and when you are being tested by humans, you're subject to like judgment and like variation between different um between different teachers. I mean, you can think something about my essay, someone else can think it's another, can have another opinion. So when it's a computer, it's very standardized, and that's why they try to fit everything into little boxes. So either you tick the box or you don't. And that's it. So it's very straightforward.
That's why I keep telling people that no one is going to listen to what you said, right?
No.
And no one's going to read what you wrote. right?
Yeah.
The best characteristic about PT, right?
Yes, they cannot judge you by your accent or anything. So yeah, either it's very similar to what they want, or it's not.
Yeah. And when you saw the tricks, the strategies, right? The
Mhm.
unique strategies, were you afraid of not having enough English to apply the techniques? Or you thought, no, my English is all right, I think it's gonna work.
No, I trusted myself actually because I study in English. I talk in English every day, so I knew I could get like a good score at least. And in TOEFL it was already good, and it was 4 years ago. So I thought that I would at least get that score. Um, but yeah, but still, it's different because, for example, for the essay you need like a wide variety of grammar. Like you need to use, sometimes if you use different words you get more scores. So that's the most challenging part, like being able to fit different words in the text when you're not used to, because it's different when you're talking and when you're writing it's very different. Yeah, so I think that's the most challenging part. I was afraid I didn't have enough vocabulary to fit into the essay.
That's the thing that people has to see, right?
Mm.
Because I got full marks as well. We're gonna talk about your marks later, but it was a very high mark, right? Very
Yes.
high score. And we are all humans, right? The
Yeah.
English is not our first language. We struggle, right? If we talk over the phone or do something like that, you have to think, right? It's not like,
Mhm.
all right, I speak like a native. I don't have to think,
No.
right? We have this little fear, right? Little hesitation sometimes, right? Because we
Yes.
learn with a different language, right? But it is possible to get really high marks, really high
Yeah,
marks. Right?
absolutely. Very, very possible.
Yeah. Um, what about the test? You said that you had very short time to prepare for the test, right? But
Yes.
even with a short period of time, were you did you hesitate while booking your test, or you did it straight away?
No, I did it. I did it straight away as soon as I knew I had to do it. So I booked it for the weekend. I think it was on Sunday, and I had to submit my application on Monday. So I booked the test for Sunday morning, like 10 a.m. or something, and I got there, and there was an issue with all the computers. So we're all like waiting in the sitting room, and they were trying to solve the problem with the computers and they couldn't. They were trying to reach like PT Central or something they in the States, and they couldn't. And then yeah, we were all sent home after 2 hours because we couldn't do the test. And then I just told them like, oh, I if you can fix it by the end of the night, please call me, I want to do the test today. Otherwise I'm gonna forget everything. You know? Otherwise in my and I have to submit my application tomorrow, so I have to do it today. And then yeah, like I think it was like 4 p.m. they called me and they were like, oh, you can come do the test at 10, no, at 7. And yeah, and then I went there and I took the test from 7 to 10 p.m. Yeah.
And anything special in the test, during the test, that you want to share here, or was just doing exactly what you saw in the course?
Yes, I think there's something that is really difficult to practice when you are just studying at home, which is the speaking part, because everyone is speaking, like you know that. But it's different to practice that at home because you're by yourself. But then there everyone is talking at the same time, and sometimes you might be embarrassed to talk. But actually no one is hearing you, just listening to a lot of noises, you're not listening to actual words. And it might be a bit difficult to concentrate because you might want to pay attention to what other people are saying. But yeah, I think the best way is just to try to forget about everything else happening outside, around you, I mean, and then yeah, focus on what you have to say and speak. Yeah.
Yeah. And were you the last to start? to get kind of used with the noise and let the others start. And then when you start speaking, it's already noisy in the room, so you start with more punch in your voice. You know what I mean?
I don't remember. I think I think I was the first one to start. I don't
Yeah,
know.
just like a rush of adrenaline, right? You
No, like
know,
I was the first one to finish
right,
like the whole test.
mhm,
Yeah,
right,
I was very excited to finish.
yeah. And sometimes I have some students that do the speaking part in the park or in a public library or in a public space, so you can feel, or at home, just like you showed me the ladies making some noise, right? You open the door, let the
Yes,
noise come in, so you
yeah,
can get this muscle. I call it build your muscle to
yeah.
focus on what you're doing regardless of this the noise in the room.
In the gym.
Yeah.
Imagine. No, I think it's a good tip to do it in the park, in a public park where there's a lot of noise. Just go to Centennial Park on Saturday. You're gonna get the best practice for speaking part.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's actually a good tip. I didn't do that, and I regret because it's actually a pretty hard to focus
yeah.
on what you're saying. Yeah.
And even though it was a super short period of time, how was your study routine?
Yes, so I was very focused that I had to study. So I organized. I did like a to do list, um, and I did like the speaking part. Like I watched the videos for the speaking. It was like the first part, right? Speaking.
Yes.
Yeah. Then I did all the exercises from the website you show us, and then do the all the practices, then go to the second part, practice exercises, and again and again, like that. And then at the end of everything, I did the mock test. So that was in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. So that's something we have to emphasize here, that you got super good marks, super excellent marks in a short period of time, but you
Yes.
have to put in the hard work, right?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
no.
Yes.
I never tell people that you can only watch the videos and go to the test, right?
No, no. Practice is very, very, very important. I
Yeah,
mean, it's and it's very very real. The practice exercises, they are very similar to what's going to be on the real test. I mean,
yeah,
they were taken from real tests,
yes,
so it's the same. Like if you do it, you're going to be much more prepared than if you don't.
yes. And plus, the more exercises you do, the better chances you have to get repeated exercises in the test, right? It's not,
Yeah, it can
yeah,
happen.
right?
Yes, it can happen that you get an exercise that you already did, because
Yes,
they have like the bank questions, and yeah, it might happen that you get an exercise that you've already seen. So that's
yeah.
good. Free
And it's
marks.
good yeah, it's good that you mentioned the mock test. Super important to do a full mock test so you
Yes.
can get the sequence, the timing, right? That there's different times. So you learn, oh, this one is super quick, right? I have to pay attention. Oh, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, so you can remember as well which type of questions are coming, because part of the tips that you say are about knowing what the questions want, and which kind of questions they are, which question you have to do, which question you have to focus more. So there is an order, and when you do the mock test, you kind of practice in remembering what you've studied. So not the theory itself, but like the structure of the test.
Yes,
So that's
exactly.
very important, and also the transition between each section is also, it's also nice to prepare.
Yes. And one more thing that people have to practice is to do the tests using mask, right?
Yes.
Another thing that is getting harder, not related to English, right?
Yes. No, I didn't do my test with mask, but I imagine is another challenge.
Yeah. You are uncomfortable because you're anxiety and nervous, right? And plus you have some mask on your face. So what I
Yeah.
did was doing mock tests here at home using mask.
Nice. Yes. Yes. If you have to do the test with mask, you should practice with mask. Absolutely. Also, because in the speaking part, there's gonna be a mic, and you have to try to adjust it to your mouth, and you might need to speak a little bit louder because of the mouth, plus the noise around you. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And when you finish the test Sunday night, completely night, did you feel like you got it? I positive that I got 100% marks. I did everything well, or it was like, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I thought I did well, but not like as much as I did. I
Mm.
because I finished before everyone else, and when you finish before everyone else, or you did really well, or you did really bad. So, and I was tired because I woke up early that day already in that adrenaline to do the test, and then in the afternoon, I think I went to take care of Vinny,
Oh yeah, right.
and then I practiced a little bit more, and then I did the test at night. So I was already a bit tired to finish, but yeah, I didn't expect to get the score I did. I thought it would be good, but not as great as it was.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, Vinny is my dog, which can be seen here on Instagram somewhere. He's black, so you're not gonna see it, but it's my precious dog. And so that whole Sunday happened. You,
Yes.
you knew that you did well, but let's see. I
Yes.
only trust when I see my score, right?
Yes, because I got some questions wrong that I know I did. Like for example, there was those um those questions to guess the word, like that they describe something and you have to answer with only one word.
Answer short question.
Yes. And then they were describing a computer. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. And I didn't remember the name in English. I only remembered the name in Portuguese. No, I didn't even remember the name in Portuguese because it's the same. But like I just couldn't remember. I knew what they were talking about and I couldn't. So I just
Yeah. You mean the needles?
yes, yes,
I think the correct pronunciation is acupuncture.
yes. I
I
didn't
think.
know.
I
I
think.
said I don't know.
Yes. One of the, one of the maybe. One of the studies, right?
Yes. So of
And it's
course there were some questions that I knew I got wrong. So yeah.
so that's a good thing about PTE as well. So we are honest here, right?
Mhm.
And we are not perfect. We don't have perfect English.
No.
Plus, we all, of course, we do some mistakes, but there is margin for mistakes, right? Even for super high marks, right?
Yes, yes. I think that even if you take 90, there's already mistakes. Like there's a margin for mistakes. I think when you get 90, it doesn't mean you got all questions right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
correct.
I just think.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, it is right. And it's even me. I got 100% on speaking,
Yes.
and I confessed to my students the mistakes I've done, right? So
See?
they can have peace of mind that they don't need to practice and be perfect, right? Because otherwise you can freak out, right? You make
Mhm.
mistakes, oh my not my score is gonna be bad,
No, no, it doesn't mean that. No.
right? And then you were waiting for the email with the score. And then when did you receive your email? At the same night or the day after?
Sleep. I couldn't sleep. No, because I finished. No, I finished the exam at 10 p.m. I went to bed. I don't know, maybe midnight, and then I woke up. I don't know. I saw the sun rising, and when you just wake up a little bit, but it's not to wake up for for real. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, PT. I just came to my mind like first thing, PT. Then I looked on my mail on my phone, and the results were there. Then I was super happy. And then I screenshot and sent to you and came back to sleep.
And what was the score? Tell us.
86.
86 out of 90. That's 90. 99%. I don't know. It's 100%, right?
It's very
Almost.
close. Yes.
And it was like a relief. How did you feel that night?
Yes.
Besides
It was
besides
very.
going back to sleep,
It was a very relieving feeling. Yes.
like mission
Absolutely.
accomplished.
Uh huh. For sure. And now you can and it's good because you can use the test for 2 years, so you're free from it for 2 years. I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
apply for visa, I mean, I want to apply for a graduate visa soon, so I won't need to do the test again. I already have it. So that's really good. It's very relieving that I already got it.
Yes, and plus it says on the PT results that it's valid for 2 years, right? But the government of Australia accepts for 3 years,
Oh, mm,
36 months. Because I applied myself my visa, and the question that we have to answer is what was your the question is, have you done an English test in the past 36 months? If so,
oh,
uh, type your score. So that's a good thing. So 3 years,
nice.
even better.
That's good. That's amazing.
And what did you like the most? If you can, if you only, if you can say only one thing, what did you like the most out of the course?
The jokes.
For sure.
Yes. No, I mean, okay. Yes, I like the most the jokes, but at the end of every session, there's like pro tips from Bernardo, like wellness tips, which are very important. I mean, he gives you like all different types of well-being tips, and like motivational pitch, which is very nice. So I think that really helps not only for the test, but in everything you're gonna do in your life, everything that you have to commit to something. Um, it's really helpful and really motivating.
Yeah, nice. I'm glad you liked it. And these two main things that you said, they are there for a reason. First, that I consider myself a funny guy, right? But
Yes,
even though it's important for us to study in a relaxed environment, right? If
yeah,
you go to
absolutely.
formal teacher and formal study, you don't really absorb the content, right? You gotta be relaxed. That's why I make some jokes
Yes,
and I try my best to be funny. And plus, we gotta take care of ourselves, right? If
yeah,
you
for
don't
sure.
if you don't hydrate your body, if you don't put your mindset in the right place, how can you study 5 days in a row, right? With a lot of pressure, like you said, like you were in the pressure, right?
Hmm.
Oh, my job interview or my job application, right? You gotta
Yeah.
keep reading and keep studying, right?
Yes, yes, for sure. Yeah, a lot of tips in terms of well-being and keeping your mindset very relaxed to focus and keep pursuing what you want to do and focus on your goals. They were all really, really, really nice.
Yes, thanks. I'm glad you liked it.
Yes.
And for those people who are still in need to do the test or did the test and didn't get the score, what would you recommend to them?
So for who haven't done before, don't hesitate. Just go for it. It's not like a monster. The test is not as hard as it seems, because when you take the course, you're gonna see that it's you can divide and you can understand the structure of the test. And there is a recipe. I mean, it's a robot. There are formulas. There is an answer. It's like math. I don't know. It's either right or wrong. And when you take the course, you're gonna see what to expect, what the test actually wants from you. And yeah, you don't need to be afraid of it. Bernard is a really funny guy and relaxed. He's gonna show you all the tricks, very relaxed. um, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. So yeah, just go for it. For who has taken the test and didn't get the score yet, I mean, just keep going, because it's always an improvement. I mean, it's there is always like a step by step, and as long as you keep going, you are improving and learning, and one day you're gonna get it. There's no way, when you put effort in something you want to do and pursue your goals, you are gonna get it. So yeah, I believe everyone is capable of doing the test. I don't believe this test actually tests your English level. It really tests like your ability to take the test. So yeah, as long as you keep like exploring what the test is looking for, you're gonna get it. So don't be afraid. Trust yourself.
Yes, thanks, Julia. And it was super connected with you when you said monster because I received this kind of messages. People
Really?
send me message like this: Bernardo, my boss already told me that he's gonna sponsor me.
Oh my
I just need to get this monster out of my way. I was like,
god.
what a nice opportunity you have, and you still think there is a monster, right?
If you already have a sponsor in your hands, like there's nothing else like pushing you back. I mean, the test is not an obstacle at all. It's really possible to get a good score. Yeah, I mean, you should be really happy and glad that you have this opportunity in your hands and go for it.
And also that's part of the training, the mindset, the well-being training that I provide, right? Your
Yes,
focus is not should not be to get a mark on the PTE or study PTE. We want something bigger than this, right? We want
of
to use the
course.
best to have a better life here in Australia, to get the sponsor, to earn more, right?
Right. Yeah, you're never doing the test because you want to do the test. I mean, no one wants to, to study all the time. But
Put the score in the fridge so everybody can see.
you don't want to just test your English. I mean, you're doing it for a reason. You're either doing it for a job, you're doing it for a sponsor, which gives you access to have a residency in Australia, which is amazing, or to get a graduate visa, to get into a university. It's all like bigger plans than that, and that's really nice. It's just a key for achieving what you want.
Yes, exactly. And even like you said, even for those who have already tried the PTE and didn't work out, that didn't work well, even if you have to do the test like I did 7 times,
7.
7 times, three
No.
times IELTS and four
Oh,
times the PTE,
oh
even
my.
if you have to do that many times, it's going to be worth it because
Yeah.
all of these that we are talking about, right? There's plenty of opportunity here in Australia, wonderful country, solid economy, right? So have
Yes.
we
Bernardo is one example. I mean, he got his residency right away. Now he has access to all like these rights that you can get when you get a residency, which is amazing. Yeah, I believe everyone should be inspired by you.
and by you as well, and by you. That's why I invited you so we can become famous together and inspire more people.
I'm already Julia Roberts. I'm already
Yes,
famous.
yes. And people has to know that this is not an impossible thing, not even not a monster, right? Just something that you have to do. If you practice, you're gonna get better, and it's super possible to get rid of this test and get a better life here in Australia.
Yeah, and now the test is actually smaller, right? It's shorter.
It's gonna become smaller and the 16th of November.
Amazing, even better. Because
Yeah,
what scares you sometimes is that the test takes like 3 hours or something. So
yeah.
that's good.
All right, I think it's super complete. If you guys have some question on Instagram, Marcos is saying congratulations to you, Julia Roberts.
Thank you, Marcos.
All right, I think it's super complete. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
and I
you
hope
for
to see you
inviting me.
around. Yes.
See you.
All right. Bye, Julia.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So that was my student, Julia Roberts. And I hope you guys are inspired to get the marks that we want and get the visa and apply for a sponsorship here in Australia, New Zealand, or everywhere in the world. I see you guys around on the next video.